TMJ4 for breaking news coverage, plus the stories of survival, stories of hope, and the ways all of us in Wisconsin can help. Today's TMJ4 News.
And the heartbreak in the heartland is an American tragedy, but we stand united behind the people of Moore, Oklahoma this afternoon. This picture of Old Glory in the midst of all this devastation sums it up pretty well today. Americans standing ready to help in any way we can, and there's been an outpouring of support from everyone.
We all pull together at times like this.
We are helping raise funds for the victims of the Oklahoma tornado today.
And here in Milwaukee, we've got a Red Cross phone bank running. It's in our studios right here on Capitol Drive. Carol Meekins on the other side of the building to tell us about the enormous generosity of you, our viewers.
You know, we've gotten so much good response, Steve and Courtney. We have raised just really thousands of dollars to help the cause, and we're very happy to have Chief Flynn with us this afternoon because he says he is here because he knows this is an important cause and he understands solidarity for helping people in disaster.
Well, one thing we know about disasters such as this is the first response is always a local response. It's local police, local firefighters, local emergency management personnel, but no locality can do it alone. And indeed, when the devastation is great enough, no state can do it alone. It's times like this we're really called upon to act together. And with an asset such as the Red Cross, you have an opportunity to generate donations to someone who can deploy rapidly in support of emergency service workers and really help people on the ground.
Yeah, it is very important. And Chief, we talked a little bit off camera. You said you do not deploy officers to a zone unless you are asked. Why is that?
Well, what we've seen handling other disasters, both man-made and natural in the past, is that if too many first responders are dispatched and self-dispatch themselves, they cause a problem. They literally cause a traffic jam. They often are standing by for long hours unusable because there's no plan to integrate them into operations. And so what we've learned the hard way is to pace our mutual aid. And what happens is the state of Oklahoma will make requests to other states through the Emergency Management Compact. And what that means is if they make a request that gets forwarded as far as Wisconsin, Wisconsin will deploy assets in support of a plan that can then be integrated seamlessly into local operations, as opposed to having a glut of resources initially and then no follow-on capacity because everybody's exhausted. Yeah,
and the good news is that people now, though, they can send money, and that money will go directly to the people who need it.
Well, I think what's remarkable about this event today is exactly the money is being channeled to someone who knows how to spend it. Sometimes when there's a disaster like this, people reach for their checkbooks, they open up their wallets and their hearts, but the money just kind of pours in. There's no, pre-planning on how to spend it. But with the Red Cross as the intermediary here, it's going to go for food, it's going to go for shelter, it's going to go for emergency clothing and blankets and shelters. And so that, top-notch professionals with vast experience in disaster management are going to be, operating in support of local emergency managers with the resources provided today.
Very important. Chief Ed Flynn, we appreciate you being with us this evening and taking your time to let us know that we want your dollars and ask for your support to help the many victims, hospitals, hundreds of victims being treated as we speak. Dozens of those are children. And you can call the numbers on your screen until 7 p.m. to help with the heartbreak in the heartland and give money to those who need it the most. Steve, Courtney, back to both of you.
All right, Carol, Chief Flynn, thank you both very much. Coming up, more coverage of the heartbreak in the heartland.
Taking a live look from Chopper 4 right now with Power Zoom. We're going to show you our beautiful day and what the forecast holds for us. Jesse Ricca telling us whether we have the potential for severe weather here. We're back after this.
And this.